Welcome to another video. This was supposed to be another Can I Solve, and with the whole board and everything back there, but I don't have time. This book is due Monday, which is in 3 days, and you think, yeah, that makes sense. You have 3 days. No, because I have plans on Sunday. Friday, today is part of the day, and it is 4 o'clock, and Saturday I'm babysitting dogs, like dog sitting, so I'm at someone's house, so I won't have my board to like put everything down. So instead we're just gonna do a fun little reading vlog. Maybe I'll still try to guess the answers and see how things are going, but I'm not going to do the whole board thing. I still have everything out for it, but I just don't think it is possible with the time frame that I have. We're gonna be, it's not her. I have never read any of her books, but I have heard good things, and yeah, so I'm excited to give it a try. See, it is going to be my February release in February book. Basically, again, I go to the library at the beginning of the month where your new books, then I had to Google because some of their new books they get each month aren't actually released that month, but this one was, so I was like, yay, I'll give it a go and see what it's like. So, gonna get started. See how far I get. I have no clue what it is recently with books having characters named Emily who are dead, because the last book I did this with, Emily was dead, and now this one, Emily is dead. And I'm like, oh, it feels weird because my name's Emily. And yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm used to, I've never actually really read books with a character with the same name as me. But none of these actually do have characters named them. They're both already dead. Well, this just says 7 days earlier, so I actually probably will get to meet Emily, but it's weird that 2 books back to back had characters named Emily who are dead. She just, our main character, I don't know, it seems it's Courtney, I think. She just got her family, and Emily is her sister-in-law kind of thing. They were at these cottages in the middle of nowhere. One of Emily's, she has 3 kids. Her one kid, May, comes running over screaming, and she goes to check out and finds Emily dead in their screen room. Sadness. And now it's 7 days earlier with Reese, who is Emily's older daughter, I think. Ooh, we just got the setup. It's so fun. It did 7 days earlier, and it's Reese's point of view, and she texts a friend saying, I want to kill myself because her parents are fighting in the front, which is Emily and I don't forget the husband's name. Starts with an N. And she texts, like, because they're fighting, she's upset. She texts us to her friend, and then she's like, delete that. I want to kill someone else, referring to her mother. But the message never sends. So that's why Courtney only knows about the one message. I don't actually know if I said that she knew about the one message. Whatever. It's very interesting. I have a feeling she didn't do it because, like, you know, we got this much more of the book. But we'll see. We'll see. Hello. Hello. Oh, everyone's coming to say hi. Everyone's coming to say hi. Hello. Yeah. I'm over at the place I am babysitting the doggos now. I have the Olympic curling on in the background, and I am reading. It's going. They're dead. Her one niece is missing. Reese is missing, who's the other person we're getting the perspective of, obviously. I think I mentioned that already. She's trying to remember now if her husband actually left at 5 to go fishing, or if she just like is thinking that. Hello. So, you know, sus, and she says she wants to help them solve, so not too much has happened, still just kind of setting up the story. There's one thing that like the book is doing that I don't know if I like when it's describing, because it's like first person past tense, but like a lot of times, sometimes instead of describing what like having conversations or having text, it's like I told him that they were dead and his face contorted and stuff like that. Like, it's been doing that a lot, where instead of having dialogue scenes, it just says I told them this and I told them that. It's not a bad thing, obviously, it's just I'm not used to it. So it's interesting. It's definitely interesting. I don't know if I'm a fan of it. I am like normally the type to just vibe and enjoy a book, but like, I don't know, there's something, I think I already mentioned it, I don't know, cut this out if I haven't, but there's something about the writing that's kind of pulling me out of the story here and there, like the way that like it's telling me, oh, I told this person this, without like, you know, showing the actual conversation some of the time. And then like, I don't know, there's just one thing that someone said, but instead of like saying it was like written like, oh, they said this, but like not in quotation marks. So a lot of it just keeps telling me, like, I feel like I'm just being told stuff instead of like experiencing it with the characters. And I don't know. It's not my favorite weight, but it's fine. Like, it's still good so far. Canada's women's curling just got the bronze medal. Ah! Wow, watching them fight their way back up has been very exciting. Some amazing, amazing shots. Oh my gosh. Wow, it makes me want to go curling so bad. It is now pretty late. I read a decent amount, but like, also not really. I keep taking breaks, and I was getting really tired. I don't know. Just taking me a little bit longer to get through this book, but got one of the dogs chilling. Hello. Hello again. Oh no, she's gonna want me to not stop petting her now, but I'm gonna keep reading and a little bit before bed. I am a little bit like weird about like, you know, I'm reading kind of murder mystery while staying over at not my house, like someone's house I'm like dog sitting for, obviously. So like, you know, I'm alone in a strange house. Not that strange, but you know, like the vibe is there to be a little bit like creeped out about, you know. I made eye contact with the doggo. She's very cute, but she gets very upset when I don't pet her. It is now a day later. Yesterday I did not have time to read because I had a board game day with some friends, but today I'm back to reading. Overall, the story is interesting though. There's so many like side things happening that are like kind of, you know, you get two sides to the story because I'm getting the dual perspective. Like Courtney went on her husband's iPad and saw that she had been taking photos of Reese, their like you know, their niece or whatever, and she thought that like he was doing that in a perfidy way. But now we're getting Reese's perspectives, and it turns out Cass and May, the 10-year-olds, they had stolen the iPad and were taking the photos and joking around, so it wasn't that. And like, so it seems like Courtney is really suspicious that it's her husband who did it, because there's this whole like a fishing thing, like he had fish and now the fish are missing, and he said there's blood on his shoes from the fish. Like, he still is kind of suspicious, you never know, but it more seems. And then there's the whole like Wyatt, who is their son, not the Cass son, the people who are dead son. He slaps Courtney in the face because he was sleepwalking, so he's kind of violent, and he has a big bruise on his chest. And then like, you know, I feel like it's not her, so it's probably not Reese, but it could be Wyatt. But it's probably the guy that Reese is seeing, because he's like, she's meeting up with and making out with this like 24-year-old. She's 17, and well, they're on this vacation, and obviously something's gonna go wrong. So yeah, it's interesting, a lot happening. There's also like this whole like side thing where there's another girl that went missing a few years ago, and she never got back. So Courtney meets up with her parents and is chatting with them about how they dealt with it and how they've gotten through everything and how they turned on each other too, but realized that it wasn't, and stuff like that. And how like she turned on her husband too, but her husband didn't do it, and the police found out that he didn't do it too. And he was understanding, whereas every time Cass brings it up, Elliot gets more defensive. But, you know, I feel like that's a valid reaction to be like, ooh, but her husband did just change his story. He said that he probably just like picked himself with the fishing wire, and and it was his own blood on his shoes. So he changed his story. But he's also saying that in front of the cops, so maybe I don't know, because he didn't think the cops would believe his other story or something. Wow, the guy that Reese has been seeing might be a complete, like, just kind of red herring, because the detectives are now saying that he was gone. He had already left by the night that Reese had disappeared and the parents were dead. He was already driving away, and there are receipts showing that he was far away. Okay, now people are saying that Kylie Matthews is the girl who went missing 5 years ago, and her and Reese look very similar. So there's an online posting saying that they're the same person, and it has to be her, on Elliot's Facebook, which is Elliot's the like dad of Kylie. Elliot, sorry, is her husband. Her husband posted on Facebook a group saying that Reese and Kylie must be the same person. And he's the reason that they are here. Did he steal her? Give her to Emily? What is happening? Ooh, we're getting the chapter where the murders happened from Reese's perspective. So we're gonna figure out, I guess, kind of what happened. So she goes downstairs and sees her mother, and Her mother says that she just gave Wyatt his medication for his allergies, so he did get the medication. That's why she didn't have any. She gave him Ambien. She didn't have any Benadryl, so she told him it was that, but gave him that. And she found out that all the bad stuff that Wyatt has been doing behind their back secretly. So she just realized that Reese was telling the truth. Ooh, the thing that Emily was going to talk to Elliot about was she wants to get a divorce finally. Crazy. This is so sweet. They're actually like, you know, talking about things and, you know, making up. So not mad at each other. Oh my gosh, I just realized what happened. I'm thinking. Kind of. I did kind of read a little bit. I jumped and I saw a voice that said Kylie. So it's going to be the family. They killed the parents thinking that they stole Kylie. Like they're going crazy thinking that it's Kylie and they want her back. So they're like probably had her kidnapped in the house the entire time. But then why is Elliot involved is the only weird part. Oh my gosh. That's so, I always love when it like plays you just a little bit because we already knew that Cass had been on her dad's iPad. So it was Cass again who did it. That's why it had mentioned the words were spelled wrong in the post. And it's because it was Cass again. Wow, that's sad. Cass got her uncle and aunt killed. Yikes. Well, Cass and May. So honestly, May got her sister, like her parents, and maybe her sister. We don't know if her sister's dead. Probably not. She's probably kidnapped. So good. When you find out, finally. It's just the best part. Oh, that's so good. He really thought it was her too because Daniel, the guy she was saying, he had given her this necklace that had like gold beads on it, and she had been wearing it, and that's the photo that her sister had and her cousin had used when posting about her. So he really thought it was her because of the necklace. The wife is saying it's not her. Oh, now he's saying it's not her. It's not her. You look so much like her, though. We need to get rid of her somehow before someone comes looking and finds her here. She's alive. It says now. It's uncomfortable in the crawl space. Maybe 2 feet tall. So she is alive. Oh, this is so sad. One thing I'm confused about is like the necklace, though, is the one but he gave it to another girl that showed up at the thing that he was trying to like get with too. He gave her the same necklace, or at least that's what Reese says when she sees it from a distance. So maybe it wasn't. Maybe it's a different necklace. But where's he getting all these necklaces? Okay, never mind. She just said, I think I know where their daughter is. Oh, it's the marked grave with the flowers. That doesn't have a headstone. I don't know if I ever mentioned that, but there was a marked grave without a headstone that she pointed out. I kind of wish I had done a murder board for this book. It's still very enjoyable without a murder board. Okay, so that's why she had recognized when she was visiting the Matthews house, she had recognized something in the photo that was familiar. It was the necklace. So Daniel did kill the Kylie, but they need more evidence, so they have to reopen the case. 1 chapter left, and it is Detective Evan's perspective, so a new perspective for our last chapter to tie things up, I guess. They just left and headed home, so I'm assuming this is about the Kylie stuff. This just feels like a twist for the sake of a twist. Like, there was nothing hinting at this. The person that said they saw Daniel digging that hole in the cemetery said, Daniel dug that hole in the cemetery with energy and determination I've never seen from him before. And then because this is the detective's point of view, he's like, because it wasn't Daniel, it was me. What? And he's still a detective investigating murders? Crazy. Ew. Ugh. He lived across the street from the Matthews. So her best friend, wait, not Matthews, sorry, her best, from Daniel, which was Kylie's best friend's house. So he's like her brother, her best friend's brother, and he's the one who did it. He has a snake tattoo on his arm? Whoa, 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 whoa. So, okay, so it's just he also has one. Okay, there were 4 of us. Okay, so it was like a thing. Oh, this is why. So this is pulling back to at the beginning when Courtney meets him. She's like, makes a comment about he doesn't look like he was made fun of for being a redhead, even though she knew a bunch of redheads that were made fun of. And now it's saying he was made fun of. Kylie and his sister used to make fun of him all the time, the way he said, the way he walked. It was an accident. Oh, he ran her over with his car. Oh, he cut himself off from the King Cobras, which was their little group name of the bad guys. And then he joined the academy because he wanted to help people and make up for what he did to Kylie. Oh, so Abby and Kylie left the house. He got in the car to tease them because they were picking on him. And Abby was biking back, but he kept going, found Kylie. He was swerving around, joking, and almost hit her. And she said, "Stop being an idiot," and was like, they were goofing around. But then he clipped the back of her bike wheel and she rolled under and he couldn't hit the brakes in time. He's gonna make Daniel take the fall for it. He said he's gonna get him. He will say there's evidence against him. When they exhume the body, there'll be no DNA tying him to it because he's a cop. He's a detective. He protects people. He's one of the good guys. And if Daniel goes around saying that there's 4 of them walking around town with the same tattoo, no one will believe him. It's a mantra I keep to myself. I fall asleep at night as I lie there in bed, seeing Kylie's face in my head, in the trunk of my car. I say it over and over again in my bed, so I might actually believe it. I am one of the good guys. Oh my gosh. Wow. In the end, it ended up so good. Like, there's just so much good. But I feel like, really, majority of the book, I really had to, like, force myself to get through it. I did want a DNF multiple times, but because I need a February read in February, I forced myself through it. It's worth it at the end, but like it was just, I don't know. So little was happening for so much that I was just kind of like, oh. And I will say, like, the writing style is not my favorite. But the ending though. But that twist too also just feels so out of nowhere. But it makes sense. There were stuff tying it to it. There was some foreshadowing for it. So I'm not completely mad at it now. But like, wow. It was kind of fun. I had a good time, you know? In the end, I had a good time. That's another book down for the hardest reading challenge.